Hey guys, welcome back to Biology 101. So tonight's episode is lesbians. Um, and I'm not at all trying to, of course, disparage anybody or attack anybody, but I'm just gonna be real honest and call a spade a spade. Just like a lot of men who say they're straight, there are a lot of women out there who say that they're lesbian and they're really on the bi team. There is this sort of like inherent or overarching, I don't know, fear that I found in talking to a lot of women who say they're lesbian, that their female partner would go back to men. There's also this idea that males feel as if, hey, like you really want what I got and that you really do like men. No, there are women out there who are 100% lesbian, okay? They have no interest in men. And there are, just like there are straight men out there who are 100% straight, women who are 100% straight, and of course there are gay men out there who are 100% gay and proud of it. But being bisexual, there's a dual side to us. Remember, being a teammate. And not every teammate plays, and they may want to play every now and then. Like I said, we're bisexual, we're like vampires and werewolves, we blend into the moon is full, and there are women out there who have girlfriends who identify as lesbian and really do desire men. I have a lot of different stories to share with you guys about my experience with women who were even, so some of them were even what you would call studs, or even go so far as like being the more masculine, like female relationship, who really were or attracted to men or desired to be with men. So where do we go from there? It's part of who we are, right? I remember one particular time, right? I've lived in 11th stage, and one time I had this roommate situation with this lesbian couple. And they were older, actually. They both were kind of like, I would say a little mannish, like kind of thug. It's cool, they weren't thugged out, but they were down. And they both were like, hey, you know what? We're a lesbian couple. We're doing our thing. One of them had a child who they suspected was gay. Was like, I think like 19 or something like that. And so meaning that female, one of the females' relationship had been with men. I believe she was even married before and had a child. Now she was living her life as a lesbian, and the other female, who was a little bit more masculine, actually had no children. And I remember, getting this roommate situation where she's like doing my thing in school, and so I lived where I had to live, okay? And it started off at first they were like, yo, you know what, you're cool, we want you to move in. And I was like, okay, cool, you know what? So, I got my spot with them. And one of them actually surprised me. And I was just starting to wrap my mind around the idea of being bisexual, and I had shared with them both. I said, actually, I'm bisexual. Man, let me tell you, the twinkle in their eye was like, I don't know, like they had like just won the lottery or something. Like, I don't know how to express it when I said that. And so in that moment, the one that was more masculine of the two women had said to me, well, actually, I am too, and the other one looked at her. And the one that looked at her, who didn't say it, actually had a child, right? Had a son. And the one who said it to me said, well, but I'm not allowed to play, without, and kind of looked at, her girlfriend and was like, yeah, like, kind of like disappointed, like, I'm not allowed. And then the girlfriend was kind of like surprised that she had revealed that to me in that instant, and I'm not gonna lie, this roommate situation got very strange, okay? Because I actually, I was like, okay, cool, no big deal, what have you. Like, I really wasn't attracted to either of them. Now, I ended up at the time renting, I had rented the basement, okay? And the basement was like, full on, like really nice living room. It was just, doing its thing. But there was a laundry room in the basement. And there were a couple times where I actually had bought like a female over, and like they saw that, because I mean, most people assume me to be, gay, but it's cool. I'm cool with it. I'm bisexual, and so after them seeing me bring a couple females over, um, I remember one day, I felt like the one who had the kid was like constantly trying to find reasons to come to the basement to go in, on the side room and wash clothes. And one time, actually, she kind of like did it while like she tried to be like, well, can I come downstairs while I had like this one particular female over? And I was like, okay, whatever, I kind of like ignored it, like it was like no big deal. But then I noticed that like after that, she started to come down more often. And then she started to come down like in her boxers, right? Like now she's like female, but kind of like I said before, like, just vibing more along the lines of what dudes would kind of like wear. And I remember she came to me one time. She was like, I gotta do laundry. And I was like, okay, cool, come on downstairs. And she got, in front of me and she came down like in her boxers. And she had like a little like a top on, like it was kind of like I don't know women's clothing very much, but it was just like a bikini top, but it wasn't a bikini top. I don't know, like a training bra. I don't know what you want to call it, but it was a top, but it was like halfway. And she kind of had started looking at me, and she was like, "How you doing?" And I was like, "Good." And she was like, "Yeah, the weather's been funky." And I was like, "Yeah." And then she kind of did this thing, like as men. I never understood why guys do this. Where like, you ever talk to a dude, usually fellas, and a dude just put his hand in his pants, and he keeps his hand in his pants to where, he's like, okay, this dude like playing with his junk, or just kind of like, I don't know, like some guys tell me they do it because like, I don't know, their hands are cold and it's warm down there, or I don't know. Well, she had like, took her hand and like, she just put her hand in her boxers, right? While she's talking to me. And I'm like, at this point, I'm like, huh? Like, what's happening here? Like, wait a minute. Like, are you? Like, I'm pretty sure you don't have, like what I have down there, but your hands and your boxers, and you're talking to me, like, right? She was kind of like resting in there, and then we started. I don't even know what we started talking about because at that point my brain just kind of was like distracted, like, okay, wait, what's happening here? And then she kind of started like giving me this look, where she started to really lock eyes with me. Like really lock eyes. Well, I think I was talking about like school or like what, like something. I don't remember at that point. But I remember like being like, okay, I feel like we are about to hook up, right? And remember, this is the woman in the relationship who has a son who, has not allowed their female partner to play and express disappointment, if anything, when she had told me she was bisexual. So, how did it play out, right? Well, at that point, I'm not gonna lie, like, I actually kind of was like feeling kind of like this is a situation where something's about to erupt. But the magic did not happen in that instance. I proceeded to kind of like pull away, and but that's actually one story, and the video getting kind of long, so I will keep you guys posted on the next what kind of happened after that, with her and also myself with the other female roommate, and how that played out next time. But remember, people are bisexual, and that does include women, and not every lesbian, of course, is gonna want to try the medication of tricoxygen, but or even just get their, like, I don't know, like their semi-annual dose of, I don't know. Some people really are lesbian, but there are a lot of women who will say they are lesbian and they're really bisexual, and get it. I get it, and so they like to play when the moon is full. So I'll see you guys next time, and I'll share a little bit more about with you on what happened.